Yeah. So and then the last guest vocalist we had was Chris Kanye from Symbiotic, who we share a studio with, and he is on Chrysalis of Flesh, which is I think track 4 on the album, track 3, track 4.
How do
And
you
yeah,
not
so
know
just kind of
that?
like it's track 3 or track 4. It's track 4. It's track 4. Period. But yeah, so I don't know. We tried to bring in like our friends who like all did sick vocals and like were kind of like varied in their respective sound. So that was cool. I also hit up Jeremy from Logistics Slaughter, but he couldn't make it. It was sort of a last minute thing. But yeah,
How awesome is that though? I really like that, like death metal's turning into the shout out kind of like bring your buddies on to do a, it's like it's more common now than it used to be back in the day. It's now a thing where Deeds of Flesh, the last album, it's like that's a huge example, but there's been so many bands that are just bringing their friends on, bringing other bands they want to fucking promote and be like, fuck yeah, dude, you're fucking awesome. And it's becoming,
Spread the
I
love.
guess you could pretty much take taking a page out of like the hip hop kind of like rap thing, right? Like,
Yep.
I'm like, oh, it's featuring blah blah blah. Like
It's like,
it's kind of like
it's
a
like
thing
there's
now.
I mean, I don't want to call Deeds of Flesh's new album this, but it's very similar in the vein of like the Posse albums, Posse Cuts. A Posse Cut is like a song with tons of MCs on one track. And there's a lot of Posse Cuts on Deeds of Flesh's new album. There's at least 3 vocalists on a few of the songs.
nice.
There's 3 vocalists on the song that I'm on, at least. And it really is in the vein of like getting all your homies together and even if it's a band, it's like we have connections and relationships with all these people that we respect and we dig. Let's add their spice to the mix too, on top of the core foundation, which is the band, the album that they put together, and also with Deeds is also super cool because we all got to pay homage to our fallen homie. So, but yeah, I like to see that like Profanity did that too. Shout out to Thomas. They got a bunch of fucking guest spots on vocals and guitar, right? There are maybe not vocals, but there's a lot of guitar.
Yeah, Terrence and
guest spots on there.
Yeah,
Terrence, Dave Suzuki,
Matt, and
Matt's on it. Yeah.
And the guy who did Vital Remains.
Yeah.
Dave Suzuki.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All 3 of those guys are fucking.
Yeah. So I'm digging like that's how it is. It's like we're kind of taking. Maybe we would do that with, maybe not that crazy, but with the next album, like have a guest vocalist on an Odious song too. I don't know who it would be, but just like we've had guest guitarists before. Why not bring in a guest vocalist too?
I dig what you're saying, man. I like the collab stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. I think it's cool.
I kind of want to steal Dan. This is Dan Kenny's like thing he wants to do. He hit me up one time for, I think it might have been Odious or something, or Decrepit, and he was like, he's all, dude, let me do a guest pinch harmonic, dude. And I was like, oh my god, that's gonna be a thing. I just go,
guest pinch harmonic.
Guest pinch harmonic on track 7 by.
He's like, that's me right there. 35 and a half seconds in.
we got to change it. We got to change fucking the thing. That's the new thing. You got to do like a guest, like fucking just natural harmonic, or just like a guest power chord. It's like,
that's fucking really funny. I remember that.
It's just the wave of the future, man.
Him and Jarzenbeck solo.